Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. Today I want to talk to you about a product that I believe is extremely important for those of us who enjoy RVing as well as anyone who drives a motor vehicle on a public highway. And that product is a dash cam. Now my entire family believes in dash cams. I have one in every vehicle that I own, including our motorhome. Some of you may have seen our videos as we've traveled across country. And in many of those shots, you'll see my dash cam in the windshield because I simply will not leave home without it. Now, I purchased dash cams for my kids and their vehicles. My brothers have dash cams. Their family members have dash cams. So we are a family who believe in dash cams. The reason is they are a valuable piece of equipment that can offer an independent perspective should we become involved in an unfortunate incident such as a road rage incident or even accidents. And the reason they're so important is because they offer tangible evidence that can influence the criminal or a civil case. In my 30 years of law enforcement, I arrived on many scenes where we had conflicting stories about what had actually occurred. And what I mean is, driver of vehicle number one would state that, hey, I had the green light. Driver of vehicle number two said, no, I had the green light. Same way at a four-way stop, where many times we'll have drivers who said, hey, I got to the intersection first, so I really had the right of way there. Or how about a lane change, where a driver claims that you left your lane and not them? In cases without a dash cam or an independent witness, typically, each driver's own insurance had to cover their damages. Fact is that somebody was either not being honest or it's possible that their perspective of the events was simply not correct. And that can happen because we're all humans. I mean, I get that. But those are just some of the reasons why I believe in a dash cam, because they do show most of the time what did or did not happen in an incident. Well, today I want to introduce you to VIOFO's tiny 2K dash cam. They asked me if I would try this camera out and actually use it in my RV and share my thoughts. I'm very impressed with this camera so far. Let me tell you what I look for in a dash camera. Something that's simple and something that works. When I crank up the drive, I just want it on and I want to have access to it in case I am involved in an incident. And this dash cam fits the bill due to its simplicity and its quality videos in both day and night situations. The current price is $139.99, but in the description down below, there's a discount code you can use to save yourself a few dollars. Now let's have a look at some of its features, and I think you'll be impressed with it as well. And the first thing I like about this camera is its size. I mean, we want a dash cam to be compact and discreet, right? And this is so small, as you can see, it fits into the palm of my hands, which is, again, what we want, because if you are putting this in your vehicle, it's probably going to be mounted behind your mirror. So you want something very small, and this right here would definitely get the job done. Now right here is where we actually attach it to the windshield, so it's going to be positioned like this. Here's where we plug in the power cord. It's a USB to a USB, goes right there. Here on the front, of course, is the lens. It has a 140-degree viewing angle, which is plenty wide to capture everything in front of your vehicle. It also has the Sony Starvis 2 sensor, which simply means it has a larger pixel size and captures more light and more detailed footage in low light situations. Here on the side is where we have our micro SD card port. It comes with a 32 SD card, but I think I have a 64 in this, but it can handle a 512. And it's certainly not needed. I'm not sure if you're familiar with dash cams or not, but they work on a continuous loop, meaning that it records video by overriding older video with new footage. And this allows the camera to record even when the memory card is full. Unless you've had an incident where you've protected or saved some video, the system will not record over that footage. You have to delete that manually, which is exactly what we want, because we want to protect that footage if need be, right? This is your audio or microphone on and off button. If you long press it, it'll format your SD card. Here on the back is your button for saving or protecting the video that you want to capture. If you long press it for like 5 seconds, it'll enable or disable the Wi-Fi. And one of the features of this camera that I really like is it has a voice control function. So we really never have to touch it, which is nice, especially in an RV, because the windshield is a significant distance away from me. If I needed to save a video, I really wouldn't be able to do it because I just can't reach the camera. I actually unboxed this at an RV park because I wanted to use it in the RV right away. And so let me show you very quickly what comes in the box. Of course, you get your camera. some static shields that you can stick to the windshield and then attach the camera to the static shield for easy removal if necessary. You get a trim tool to help install the power cable. You get a power cord, which is again a USB to USB-C, a double port 12-volt adapter, and some extra 3M tape, a short USB and to a USB-C cable in case you want to transfer footage directly from your camera to your computer, and of course the micro SD card. They sent me a 64 gigabyte, but on their website a 32 gigabyte comes with it for free. A couple of accessories you can purchase: a hardwire kit. If your 12-volt outlet's powered down when you turn off your engine and you want the parking mode feature on this camera, you'll need to hardwire it. You can also purchase a remote control. You can mount it within easy reach, and if you need to save some footage, you can simply press the button and it will save or protect the footage. Now let's power the unit up and I'll show you some of the voice control features it has, and then also the VIOFO app where you can change in the settings that you want to do. All right, I'm just going to power the unit up now.
Recording started. Wi-Fi enabled.
Okay, so we are recording. You see the microphone is on. By default, it comes on automatically. This starts turning into blue as we start recording. There it goes, red to blue, red to blue. All right, so remember one of my favorite features about this camera, other than the 2K footage, of course, it's so clear, is the voice control. Watch this right here. So let's say you're driving down the road, there's an incident that happens, and you just need to take a photo for whatever reason. So watch what I do. Take photo. Man, see, it just took a photo and saved it to the SD card, and that photo is protected. Maybe you want to turn off your audio for whatever reason, or your microphone. So watch. Turn off audio.
Voice recording disabled.
Turn on audio.
Voice recording enabled.
All right, let's say you want to disable the Wi-Fi. Turn off Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi disabled.
Turn on Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi enabled.
All right, so let's say you're driving down the road and something happens and you want to capture some footage, not just take a photo, but you want to save the footage on here so that it doesn't get overwritten by the system. Lock video.
Video protected.
Very good. Now let me show you their app, which is where we can access the footage that's on our SD card, as well as changing the settings you might want to do. So let me show you that real quick. Okay, the first thing I want to do is turn on the Wi-Fi and go to the camera's Wi-Fi. As you saw, it just connected.
Wi-Fi connected.
Camera just confirmed it. Now let's go to their app, and you can actually get a live shot here. Let me get ready to pull this up as we connect. All right, so you can see this is a live shot, which is actually, you want to do this before you actually, mount the camera. You want to make sure you got it in the right place where it's not too high, too low. So do your live shot like this so you can see what you're looking at. Very, very important. Now, let's go to the settings. You can see here you've got 2K at 30 frames a second, or you can put it to 1080p if you choose, but I like the 2K. This is your loop recording. You want 1 minute segments, 2 minutes, 3 minute segments? You can go all the way up to 10 minutes. I actually keep mine at 3. If you keep it at 1, what I found is when you go back and try to find footage, man, you got to search through so many clips. So having it at 3 has just worked for me. But you can choose recording audio you see is on. You can turn it off.
Recording disabled.
Camera acknowledges it.
Voice recording enabled.
Yep. Exposure, I keep that at 0. High dynamic range, simply put, it's a range of light and dark tones in your photos. You see you've got your G sensor here. G sensor is, I keep mine at medium, by the way. You can set it to low or you can set it to high. G sensor in a dash cam is a software that actually measures impact, and if it's a significant enough impact to trigger the G sensor, it will save that footage for you. Now, I've had mine at high before, and when I slam the door, it thinks I'm involved in some kind of incident, and it will save that footage. So for that reason, I keep mine at medium. Date stamp, we want that on there. The bit rate, I keep that high. I want the best quality I can get. Time zone, date format, you can change that if you like year, month, and date. I keep mine at month, date, and year. Time synchronization, you can sync it with your phone if you want to. Boot delay is off. Parking mode, time lapse. Because I do use parking mode, I just set it at one frame per second. You can go all the way up to 10 frames a second while you're parked. I don't use the timers or anything. Parking sensor, I also keep that on a medium as well. Motion detector, I do keep that high. All sounds notifications are on. Voice notification, voice control, and here's your voice prompts. You see the prompts right there. Take photo, video start, turn on audio, turn off audio, so forth and so on. So there's your commands. GPS, I've got that enabled, of course. I want to be able to see in footage where I was when the event maybe occurred. Miles per hour, since I'm in America, we're going to keep it at miles per hour. You can go to kilometers. Speed and coordinates I have on. Camera model stamp, I like that for court purposes. If you had to go to court, they can verify that it was this camera that I was using. Logo stamp, that's optional, of course. The frequencies, English, format SD card. Rest of this is kind of basic stuff, no big deal there. So that is a look at your app. And while we're here in the app, let me go ahead and show you how useful the dash cam can be should you become involved in a situation. As you've already seen in the app, you can view a live shot of your camera, but you also have access to the previous footage that you've recorded, as you see here, which can prove to be very helpful. For example, let me show you this one right here. I'm going to flip the screen horizontally, and you can see I'm just cruising down the road here. And remember, one of the important features we look for in a dash cam is, can I see the color of the traffic light at an upcoming intersection? As I approach this intersection, you can see the speed limit sign reads 45 miles an hour. Look at the bottom left of my screen and you can see I'm traveling 43 miles an hour. And right here you see the light turn yellow. And there is no way I'm stopping this vehicle in such a short distance before I go through this intersection. I proceed through the intersection with the officer there to my right. The point is, what if the officer's perception was different than what we just saw? What if he'd pulled me over? You think the video that I just captured might be helpful as to what actually happened? I would say yes. Again, just another great feature of the VIOFO Dash Cam. And by the way, you also have access to your saved photos and saved video here as well. Now let me show you how I installed this in the RV. Oh, and just so you know, this is the other dash cam I've been using. It's a Blackview 650S. It only shoots 1080p, and this right now it's going for around $289. The VIOFO VS1 Tiny 2K is going for $139. So I've got a better camera, more features, with better quality video for $150 less than I'm currently using. I'm just going to clean the windshield, remove the 3M tape cover, remove the protective cover from the lens, and simply attach it to the windshield. Plug the power cord into the camera, and the USB end I'll plug into the USB port here on the driver's seat, like that. And we are recording.
Recording started.
Now let's take a look at some of the footage it records. This is shot early in the morning as RVs begin to depart the RV park. Then at about 9:30, the sun is still into the east and it is shining straight into that big windshield. And I'm still very impressed with the quality of this footage. And remember, the one key feature we've got to have is, can we determine the color of the traffic light as we enter an intersection? And you can see here my light is green. Here you can see the turn signal lights are red and my traffic light is green. Very important. Okay, as we roll down the interstate here, you can tell if that truck or any vehicle were to come into my lane, you can clearly capture that. I actually moved the camera to my car because I wanted to show you some nighttime footage. And I typically don't drive the RV at night. But here we are now, just rolling up A1A, it's starting to get a little dark, and listen to this feature that it has. Take photo. So it just took a photo of that car's tag. And this is actually nighttime. You can see the traffic light way up ahead. You can read the street signs there, A1A. You see our light turns green here. You can see how well the camera works here at the nighttime shots. Now I want to show you the comparison of the dash camera I've been using, which is again is the Blackview 650S. That footage is on the right, and the VIOFO VS1 tiny 2K dash cam footage is on the left. And I think you can clearly tell that the footage on the left is certainly clearer than the footage on the right. Well, okay, hey, there's a look at the VIOFO dash cam. I'm gonna tell you again, I really like what I see in this camera, and I think you will too. I don't care which one you purchase, just get a dash cam if you don't have one, because they can really make a difference in an incident. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy our content, and we'll see you in the next video.